Appreciate y'all checking out No Flag Radio. I'm your host, P. James. Nightly news on y'all, boys. What's up? What's up? Yeah, what's good, folks? Today we talking about murderous mayos and their white-sided appeals when they get to go to court. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so you know when I'm dropping. But with the Teespring, you already know what we doing. Bossing. And you know we straight up saucing. And on with the topic. So like I said, today we talking about murderous Mayo thugs and their white-sided appeals that they get to run to in court. So if y'all have been paying attention to the news for the week that we're in, it's just a quick update on the Amber Geiger and Derek Chauvin cases, starting with Geiger. So we know in August, Geiger and her team, they filed for an appeal for her 10-year sentence for murdering Botham Jean. And that date has finally been scheduled for the 27th of next month. And people are kind of rumbling about it. And look, man, we're all pretty sure how this appeal was going to be a part of this case. We knew that this was going to be an eventuality with all of the hugging that we saw. You know, right when her lawyers filed this thing, I was like, yeah, man, all of the hugging from Mammy to Tammy Kemp, Tammy to Mammy, Big Fat Mammy, all of that shit. We was like, man, yeah, that shit is going to grease the wheels for these lawyers to feel tough and run into court with an appeal. Because right when you hugging a motherfucker, that's an image that they're going to have burned in their brain forever. And be able to pull up and say, look, it ain't so bad. When Botham Jean's own damn brother sitting up hugging this bitch, flirting with the bitch. That's a forever picture they're going to keep cycling, right? Botham Jean's daddy flirting, all of that shit. This is the shit that led to greasing this situation to be where it is right now. And where we're watching white supremacist society shove this appellate process down the throats of their family. So now the roller coaster in this case really starts now. You know, this is when the roller coaster really gets to going. Of course, the hit they put out on Joshua Brown, that was, you know, rest in power to him. That rubbed me the wrong way there. I was like, okay, that's it's taking a left already with this shit. And now the roller coaster starts up again now, basically with this mainly white appellate court, which I told you all about. There's only one black woman on the appellate court, one lone black woman. So I told you what happens when you get one black woman in a room full of a bunch of white people. It's danger. She usually will be scared or won't be trying to assert herself and all that type of shit. So it'd be shit like that going on when you get into certain positions, especially somebody that we ain't really checked for or really vetted for. I think her name was Aaron something. We never really vetted for this chick. So, you know, she just out there doing whatever probably. And this is what we up against. And Geiger is setting herself up to vie for white favors here. And this is just another example of why what I was saying earlier, you know. What up, Sun Temple? What's going on, bro? Good seeing you. Good seeing you this day. This makes another example of, you know, what we were saying to our Korean brothers and sisters when this case jumped off, man. This is why y'all can't show white supremacist society no kind of weakness, no sign of let up. You know what I mean? Y'all got to get y'all coons in check, man. That's a real thing. Y'all got to get your coons in check at home and on your little islands and also abroad. Y'all got to do that. Your little country, hey, y'all got to do that shit, because if you don't, you make it hard on yourself. Not only do you make it hard on us, I'll say, you make it hard on yourselves in the respect that you bring more disrespect on your community by way of white supremacist society, and even disrespect for your dad in this case. If you let people like the John family, I'll use them as an example, if you let their family exist in your country as royals, they basically royal over there. They are high up in society, but you let them exist with that coon chink in their armor. Somebody saw that in their armor years before, like who these people were. You know what I mean? Like somebody on that little island of St. Lucia seen this shit before, right? I'm saying, man, you let this upper crust family exist with that coon chink in their armor. And hey, white supremacist society is not above kicking your royals, even kicking them while they down. I think that's the lesson that y'all learn. They are never gonna let up. When you act weak with them, white supremacists, this is a little lesson for my Caribbean brothers and sisters out there. They will shove a weak ass appellate like this down your throat while y'all in y'all's time of grief and sadness. They don't care. They say, oh, you a weak Negro? Fine, we're gonna disrespect you, even your dad. So hopefully you Caribbeans are learning something from this process. And that was the wrong black judge on that trial, says Sun Temple. That black woman was for the murdering police woman. Yeah. You Delta Sigma Thetas, y'all took a big L with that. Y'all been taking L since y'all's inception, but this is just another L we pile on to y'all. Hey, man, what the fuck is y'all doing? Big cooning ass organization, boy. She was proud to throw up y'all little corny ass shit. And look at y'all now, out there doing cornball shit. Setting people up for the fall out here. Fucking shame, ain't it? Huh? Fucking shame. So, yeah, like I said, man, the court date behind this thing is going to be on the 27th of April. That's next month. So, if your eyes is on it, your eyes is on it. Let me do this one little thing I think is important, right? All right, now we in the game. So, in other news, did y'all hear that Derek Chauvin is having his third-degree murder charges being weighed up again this week in his case for murdering George Floyd? So y'all know in October, if y'all remember, it was vetoed, that third-degree murder charge. It was vetoed by that judge, Peter Cahill, that I talked to y'all about. And the dude was basically saying, hey, we don't want to charge him with third-degree murder on top of his second-degree charge that he got right now. We don't want to charge him with third degree because third degree means that he's had to have multiple targets in his actions, and his actions had to be directed at more than one person, right? Let me get his face up there. And the state is like, hey, man, hell nah. You can talk that actions directed at more than one person shit, but in the case of Muhammad Noor, if y'all remember, and this is what the state said, hey, in the case of Muhammad Noor, he tried to appeal his third degree charge, and y'all said no. And he was clearly directing his action at one white female, clearly directing his action at one person. And y'all said, no, nigga, the third degree charge is going to stick too on your back. So they're now bringing that up, calling that white supremacist play into question. The case with Muhammad Noor, same state. Okay, so it's interesting how this case is laying out right now. Interesting how they throwing it back in the face of this guy's defense. Let me get to my chinette. I think that's interesting. So we want to watch that, because in Muhammad Noor's case, it was, nigga, get this third degree. You can't, no, you're going to get that too. They want him to get it, so they made sure he got it. Real shit. So I think that's interesting to call out that white supremacist play and bring that shit into question. So this guy's going to be in court on May the 8th. That's going to be Monday next week. And did y'all see this dude Chauvin getting maximum security type protection at the fucking courthouse? Did y'all see that shit? That was ridiculous. Look at this motherfucker, man. They had barbed wire. They had some sort of special concrete barrier. They had 3,000 National Guards in effect. Motherfucker, this dude had more security at his court than the motherfucking Capitol riots when the seditioners were rioting the U.S. Capitol. They had 1,000 national troops at that shit. And they had 3 times as many at this guy's shit. Okay? So that's just, that shit is funny to me. That shit is funny to me in the respect that, okay, look, he this big tough guy. You this big tough guy on the street. You was big and tough when you had all your guns on you, all your handcuffs on you, all your spray on you, all your bats on you. You was big and tough with all that shit on you. Kneeling on some man's neck with your hand in your pocket. You was big and tough then. Right? Big and tough. Now come court date. Motherfucking ass shaking scared. Shaking like a leaf and scared. Oh, really? You scared now? That's what's up, white boy. You scared now, bitch? Oh, little white bitch, you scared. Oh, man. Little bitch scared. So, I thought that shit was funny as fuck. That shit is funny. Also, it was originally announced that they were going to pay 6 social media influencers this week from, get this, various minority groups. Various minority groups to post quote unquote city approved messages about Derek Chauvin's case. Ain't that some bullshit? Ain't that an obvious sign of them trying to handpick all the anti-black browns, the yellows, the reds, all these anti-black groups, non-black, non-white groups that they can to try to sabotage justice in this case? Don't that smell like that's what they trying to do? Trying to levy this case in favor of this guy like this so hard and want to say, oh, a minority said it. So therefore, hey, it's not somebody white saying it. It was a clear play at making what we call on my channel a race-based power play against black people. That was obvious. That shit was straight obvious. That's obvious. And they're basically telegraphing, hey, man, white people are scared. We're scared that a white male rhesus monkey killed a human, a black man, and he may be punished for it. This dude just may get 50 years if all these charges lay on his ass. It's 25 on the 3rd degree, 10 years on the 2nd degree charge. They're going to try to, and the total, whatever everything else they done threw in, they're going to try to get this guy 50 years. So they scrambling. Let's see if we can buy some people's opinions. That's what they on. They want to buy some opinions. That's what they can bribe. That's what they on. Try to get some kind of social traction for this guy. Because y'all remember all last year, he didn't get no kind of social traction. It was, man, fuck that piece of shit. All 2020. But now, in last ditch, they trying to make some kind of effort for the dude. He was able to get his little $1 million bail because of white money, white donations. They came in for him and loved on him. But his social traction ain't there. So they got to make a social play. They got to make a social play for this dude because whiteness, mind you, it don't need no more holes in its narrative of white goodness around this case. Whiteness don't need no more holes in its narrative of white male goodness and white police goodness that gets sold in America. It don't need no more holes in it, man. So it's like, oh, what can we do? They scrambling. And they recently pulled that shit back. I think today they pulled that shit back. or either yesterday talking about, hey, we're sorry. Who was this guy talking about we're sorry? Oh, let me get to this guy. Coming out apologizing. This guy, what's his name? David Rubador. He's of the Minneapolis Neighborhoods and Community Relations Department, and he's somehow wove this thing together, I guess, with the city council. Now, if you check the city council, they all white, except for 3 people out of 13 people. It's white for the Minneapolis City Council. They agreed to the shit. They agreed to this motherfucker to have these social media plants playing these games. But now they talking about that they pulled it back and we're sorry. But I don't think they're going to stop this, y'all. I think this shit is still in motion. I think just because of the backlash, they're going to still be running this shit under the cover. So I want y'all to know, don't believe them when they say, oh, we sorry, we won't unleash this. Look, it's 1.2 million they was finna spend on TikTok coons, Facebook coons, Twitter coons, Instagram coons. 1.2 million that they done already allocated for this shit. They had a number off jump, paying motherfuckers 2 G's a post to sit up and give some white-sided explanation and some white-sided blowover. And it will be coming from your browns that are in your brown black coalitions, you ditz Negroes out there. It'll be coming from your yellows, all you Asian loving Negroes out there. It'll be coming from your reds, all you Indian loving Negroes out there with just indiscriminate love for these other groups that don't do nothing reciprocal for us. Yeah, it's going to be coming from them. They had it all planned out with a budget. I don't think they are just going to throw this off the table, is what I'm saying. They're talking about what they said. Here it is. The city is collaborating with social media partners to share public information with cultural communities. Because white folk know they don't got no culture. So they use culture and try to define that as something ethnic, something as near to black. Watch their verbiage. White supremacist media is really slick with how they communicate with us, right? Talking about share public information with cultural communities and to help dispel potential misinformation during the upcoming trials of the former officers involved in the killing of George Floyd. Oh, God. Oh, God. Hell no. Dispel potential misinformation. So it's going to be somebody basically sucking Derek Chauvin's taint every time they make a post. Look for any of your blue check motherfuckers. I'm saying y'all still need to be suspicious of this shit. Whoever on social media, be suspicious of this shit, my people. They gonna be still running this shit. So look for all your blue checks, all any blue check Negroes that's kind of cooning already. Yeah, they gonna be in line for this shit. They're gonna be in line for this shit. Believe it. Believe it. They say the goal is to increase access to information to communities that do not typically follow mainstream news sources. Why do we need mainstream news sources? See, this is an attack on people that they know have disengaged from white supremacist media. That's all it is, because they know new black media is powerful, period. That's the only reason Minneapolis is doing it. So if Professor Black Truth was on my show right now, he'd be taking a bow right now, because we say this all the time, that new black media, man, we who people listen to. Don't nobody listen to ABC, NBC, CBS, CNN, mainstream news. Nobody listen to them because they've discredited themselves so many times that people have grown lethargic and are looking for the out. We are the out. We are the actual news. This is real talk. So for them to be talking about don't nobody listen to mainstream news, and why the fuck should they? Why the fuck should anybody who ain't white listen to mainstream news? Why the fuck should anybody who ain't Latino listen to mainstream news? We're gonna run down the line. Why should anybody who ain't Asian listen to mainstream news? Why should anybody who ain't Indian listen to mainstream news? So that just leaves us to not be giving a fuck. We shouldn't be listening to no mainstream news, and they know it. They trying to target black folk to be on some coon shit and give a voice and lend heft to this guy and lend magnetism to this guy while he's going through his court case, so the jury can be swayed. Again, because they didn't have a chance to poison the potential jury pool, like I say, that these white supremacists like to do before cases. They like to get their news out, okay, and taint the jury pool, pre-taint a potential jury pool before it is selected. They didn't have a chance to do that in 2020 because of the COVID and these various marches. It was just no way of them piercing through that. Now they trying to make a last ditch, but now we're not having it. It's new black media or nothing, and they have to deal with it now. So, but don't think in your mind that they are disengaged from this in any way. This collaboration that they're doing, this shit is COINTELPRO. This is COINTELPRO shit all over. They talking about they want to prevent misinformation. No, you're trying to give misinformation, i.e. COINTELPRO. If you read the objective of COINTELPRO, it's about misinformation. So that's what they on, y'all. I want y'all to understand that. It's a state-sponsored misinformation campaign that they was trying to run, or they're going to run, and they acting like they're not finna do it. So keep that shit in y'all's mind. They just got blasted out for that shit, is what really happened. Sun Temple say, yeah, for their propaganda. Real life. Real the fuck life, man. Real life. But anyway, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so you know when I'm dropping. Let me do this in the chin air real quick. Don't forget to fuck with my Teespring. Y'all know what we're doing. This go round, we doing bossing and saucing. Brothers Against White Supremacy. Boss. If you a boss, that's what it means around here. Yo. If you a sister against white supremacy, hey, baby, you the sauce. We on it like that. Uh-huh. Thank y'all for showing up. Appreciate it. Let me get it, y'all.